Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Hang on, I'm going to start a few things. Just testing. Just arrange this a little better, so I can actually see the chat and do this. Oh yes. I think this can begin. Minimize that. Whew. Here we go. Alright. Again, tell me if anything's wrong. Then again, no one is watching at this point in time. It's almost like I just started doing this. Okay. And the controller is not inputting correctly. What the balls? It was working fine just a second ago before I started streaming, but that's streaming for you, I guess. Okay. So, I apologize for this. Alright, pause. Alright, input. Reset. Let's see if it works now. And it's not working. Oh, joy. Jeez. For configuration, this should work. Oh. Okay. Sorry about this. What the hell? Okay. If this continues, I'll just use the actual console. My God. House is on fire, I sleep, okay. Or, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Is this going to work now? Because once this starts working, then we can do this. Because it's clearly recognizing that a controller is in, but it's not. And of course, I accidentally paused it. It's. My God. Okay. I am completely lost on this. Because there's no reason for it not to work. Maybe if I just closed the program altogether and started it up again. Who knows? Really, who knows with these fangled devices in what we call technology. Oh, it's working now. That was it. Okay. So it wasn't me not knowing. It wasn't my obliviousness to how emulators work. It was just the emulator wasn't working. For some reason. Okay. Oh, and just in time, people are actually arriving. Playing Super Turrican, that's like my favorite of the series. It's probably my second favorite in the series. My favorite is still Turrican 2. But honestly, by all accounts, I would, to someone who's never... I'd recommend this game to... Whoa, what is happening with the controller? The madness continues! Okay. What is happening here? Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, there we go. Okay, but yeah, no, I would recommend... If I was recommending the series to anyone, I'd say start with this game. Because the Amiga games, while I definitely prefer them in many regards, and with the case of Turrican 2, I prefer it in almost every regard, they are very, very unconventional by what most people would be used to. By what standards most people would be used to. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so for the record, the first controller mishap was not my fault. The second mishap was me being a complete idiot. But yeah, no, to anyone who hasn't played a Turrican game, I'd say start with this one. It captures a lot of the things that make the series fun, but at the same time, it's easier to get a grasp of if you've never played an Amiga platformer before. And by the time you mastered this, the Amiga games probably wouldn't be that much of an adjustment. Oh boy. Is everything in this game still satisfying? Yes. In fact, in some areas even more so. And we'll probably get to that when we come to it, obviously. And side quest gamer, I assume when you are talking about the insane ship section, you're referring to the third one, the one where you're going really, really fast. Also, it's kind of amusing, because we're going to be playing a Super Turrican 2 later tonight, after getting through this first one. And I'll tell you, I got the cartridge for Super Turrican 2 like years ago, and it was like $20 then. And well, one of the ways I find, like, more games to play, one of the ways I find more games to play is I look for, like, videos, like, hidden gems lists or whatnot from, like, collectors or whatnot, which is a real cop-out way to find them, but at the same time, it's a good starting point, I feel. Hear what other people have found, if you don't have the time or money to just buy every single Super Nintendo or GameCube or Amiga game that you see fit. And... oh boy. Please? Yes, I got the 1-up. Awesome. Okay. Ooh, oh boy. And as the years went on, I saw Super Turrican 2 being mentioned more and more and more. And as time went on, there was this caveat to their recommendation saying, oh, this is really expensive, this is really a rare game, and I'm like, is it? Because, like, I'm not the kind of person who has all the money in the world, so I'm like, and I got the game with little to no issue. And then recently I looked up the eBay prices and everything, it goes for hundreds of dollars now, and it's ridiculous. And so, did I get everything? I'm probably not going to do a completely successful 100% run of this, but typically when I play this game, I try to at least 100% the first world. But I was going into one of the retro game shops that I usually go to nearby, and I'm of course looking for more Super Nintendo games because, again, the Super Nintendo is one of my favorite systems. I think I've mentioned this quite a few times before, but yeah, like, my favorite system, favorite gaming platforms are the Amiga, GameCube, and Super Nintendo. Those top three. And with the Amiga, I have like 100 games for the thing. The GameCube, I have a pretty similar figure. I think it's like around like 80. However, with the Super Nintendo, I only have like 20, which again does not. That's quite a bit. But at the same time, I feel like I always feel like I should have more, so I'm always looking for them. But Super Nintendo collecting can be a little pricey these days. This is satisfying as hell, by the way. So I was talking to one of the guys at who works at the retro game store, like, that I usually talk to, and I'm like telling him, I'm like, we're like talking about Super Nintendo collecting and how like expensive it has become and like whatnot, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, like, I don't have too many Super Nintendo games, but I have some inexplicably pretty valuable ones. Like what? You have I have a copy of Super Mario RPG that I got at a yard sale in like perfect condition for like $2. And then I said, like, and a few years ago I got Super Turrican 2, and as soon as I said that, his eyes widened, and like, oh yeah, that's gone up! It's funny, too, because that was also the first Turrican game I played. Let's see if I could get in here. Yes! No, what's this? If you had multiple copies, would you sell them? I'm not sure. Let's see, Super Turrican 2 is good as its own thing, but I prefer the non-linear level structure of the first Super game. Yeah, so do I. Was it hard to get all the equipment for the Amiga? I heard you have to get some power converter because Europeans have different voltages and whatnot. Yeah, basically, I found a bundle. It's not easy. It's not too hard to find, like, pre-owned Amigas bundled with a lot of stuff. So when I got my Amiga, it came with a joystick, it came with all of the cables, it came with the Amiga 520 modulator, and I got the Amiga 500. And then after I got all that stuff in, I brought a step-up power converter, which gives it the voltage it needs, because European machines they require higher voltages, and yeah, I got a video converter, which doesn't work super well, but it gives color on TVs that already accept it. Like, it came with a few games or whatnot. Like, it came with this case full of floppies, and it came with some boxed games, and that was around $80. However, the shipping was just as much. So it cost like $160 in total. But it was worth it. Like, it is quite the investment, so I would definitely recommend, like, emulating the Amiga or whatnot before, like, committing yourself to, I'm gonna buy this. And, like, familiarize yourself with the library and, like, what kind of games you want for it. But, yeah, it turned out to be totally worth it. I just love the Amiga. I really, like, don't, but again, because of the shipping and whatnot, and and because of college, I haven't had the same, I haven't had a really consistent location to send to. reliably, so like it's hard for me to like buy Amiga games, but it's always a treat when I do. I also friggin' love this song. I think that goes without saying, given just how many remixes there are on YouTube. Love the song. I think I had the volume louder before, so I'll just turn that up a little more. Man, the freeze payment is so useful in this game. Okay, gotta take care of that hive. Damn it. Oh boy. What's my fourth favorite platform? You know, I'm not quite sure, honestly. Maybe the PS1? I really don't know. I'd really have to think about it. I always seem to have top threes. I always tend to have that. What are your three favorite games? Pac-Man World 2, Turrican 2, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron. What are your favorite consoles? Oh, Amiga, Super Nintendo, and GameCube. Even though the Amiga isn't technically a console, but screw it, I'm just gonna include it there because the Amiga is awesome. And so on. Yeah. Oh boy. Awesome. Poor Super Nintendo game. My god, is this pretty. I mean, I'm not even talking about, like, technical ambition. I'm really just, like, just the 2D artwork, the color composition, the contrast, just... It's just a really good-looking game. Because no, if you want technical ambition, then stick around for Rendering Ranger, should I do that. Have I ever played Worms Director's Cut for the Amiga? I haven't played the Director's Cut. I have played the original version of Worms, though. I probably should try the Director's Cut. But also at the same time, I have never been good at Worms. Like, ever. Probably due to my lack of patience, but still. I should try to get better at Worms. I also, like... Granted, I suck at Lemmings as well, but... Yeah. I also tend to keep continuing playing Lemmings longer. Okay. Oh, I got all the lives. I missed 6 diamonds. I'm not going to care about that. No, and Shane's Arcade has just arrived. Well, hello to you too. Oh boy. With how this game is a mix of the first two games. Yeah. Like, there are definitely elements of all three games in what's considered to be the trilogy. Though it's also kind of funny to consider that this could have been Turrican 3. Oh boy. Oh right, that you don't drop down there. I'm thinking of another secret. Yeah. But yeah, no, like, the first world is definitely reminiscent of Turrican 2's first world. This factory level has elements from Turrican 1. The soundtrack is predominantly from Turrican 3. So is the entirety of the alien world. But at the same time, like, it is very familiar, but it also has a lot of things that are very different. Like, the first world feels very distinct from, say, the first world of Turrican 2. Like, you certainly didn't have a volcano level there, where you're, like, surfing on, like, platforms and using a freeze beam to, like freeze stalactites before they fall on you. Whatnot. It strikes a very good balance between familiar and fresh, which, again, like, it's good for fans, and it's also good for people who have literally never played a Turrican game and might be interested in doing so. Okay. It also baffles me how they did this in, like, 3 months. Like, it's amazing that the game turned out as good as it did. Not only being done in that short amount of time, but also had to be, like, there's a lot of cut-down content from this game, because the publisher only wanted to pay for the smallest possible cartridge size. So they had to cut out the entire last world, they had to cut out the heat beam, they had to cut out several enemies, and, like, which is why I hope, and I think I've said this in the Turrithon Part 1, that I hope if they do a collection of some sort, or like remake of, like, all of the games, just like a compilation, like, they include the last world and everything else. Like, have an option, like, say, like, have, like, you start off the compilation, you play through, Turrican 1, 2, 3, Super, and Super Turrican 2, but then as your reward for getting through that, all of that, you get the full version of Super Turrican. Like, or, like, something along those lines. Apparently, Julian Eggebrecht really wanted to release the original version of Super Turrican on Wii Virtual Console. Nintendo was like, no, we want our games to be fully authentic, and Julian, when talking about this, kind of jokingly referred to, all of the, Nintendo 64 games on there running at higher resolutions and frame rates. But then he also said, like, he also posed this idea of, like, okay, if you got both Super Turrican and Super Turrican 2, then you got the definitive version of Super Turrican. And Nintendo was still like, nah. I mean, and they're allowed to do that and whatnot, and he said so as well, but no, Julian Eggebrecht has been pretty adamant of trying to get the full version out there. Okay. I just want to get I want to get the goodies! Maybe if I just get further, then it'll be easier. No. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay. Now it's crusher time. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh god. It's nice to be able to jump on top of the platforms from under them. Flashbacks to Turrican 1. Oh jeez. I am silly. Okay, that was Okay, I still have 10 lives. But you know, this is probably my favorite Super Nintendo game in all honesty. Super Mario World comes close though. But at the same time, like, a lot of my enjoyment from Super Mario World is, like, to a degree it's nostalgia based, because whenever my uncle brought out his Super Nintendo when we were over at his house, like, Super Mario World would be like all I played. Either that or Mario RPG. And also, I don't exactly get the same level of enjoyment from Super Mario World when I'm playing it on anything else but a Super Nintendo. Like, it almost feels like there's kind of like the symbiotic circle, even though it's only two things. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, like, it feels like part of the experience is lost, which I don't normally get, even though I am kind of an authenticity nut, I will say that. Whereas with this game, like, I could be playing this on, like, literally anything, and I could still have just as much fun. And I end up having around as much fun as I do with Mario World. On, like, actual hardware. Oh boy. Ah! Oh, jeez. Paying more attention. I'm not even going to bother going for the one up there. Okay. Okay. I'll be fully honest right now. I still don't know how to get that one up that just passed above. I have tried so many times. Maybe there's like an invisible wall somewhere around here that leads me to where the one-up is? But let's see. Oh! Hello! Oh! Discovery today! Oh, I see. Yeah, because it doesn't bounce off of the... Ooh, that's clever. Okay. Okay. get that one up before the fire starts. The firestorm, rather. But is there a firestorm that's going to start? I guess not. Okay. Oh! Now it's time for the best boss. Hello, my beautiful friend. Are you feeling funny? Are you going to have a laughing spree for me? Why, yes. Ooh. Like, I swear this guy will laugh at anything. Like, he's that guy in the back in the comedy room who, like, no matter how bad the comedian's jokes are, he will always laugh. He'll be the only one laughing in the room. Oh. Oh, the music in this level. Oh, yes. Alright. Ah! Okay, looks like we'll have to try again. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm doing so much worse than I normally do. Okay. Watch out for the boulder, yes. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can get to the one up on top of this little... Yes. You should read the chat in between levels. But at the same time, the gap is so short. My eyes just dart back and forth. They're darting back so much, it's like they're in two different places at once. It's like I have two set of irises. Is that an eggplant? Not in the game, but in the chat. Oh boy. Ah. Jeez. But whenever I look at the chat, I die. Okay. But no, I should be better in some levels than others. Because no, I love the snow levels, but also at the same time, several enemies. So many enemies. Why, yes. But yeah, no, going to back what you were saying, side quest gamer, yeah, I definitely I do prefer the soundtracks from Turrican 1 and 2, but I still really like the soundtrack here. Ooh, oh boy. Whoop! 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 Oh boy. Oh jeez. Oh, the bananas. So plentiful. So banana. Oh, jeez. Yep. Okay, wait. Good. Okay. Grab those power-ups. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh. What's this? Well, if there was a crossover between Star Wars, Turrican, and Pac-Man, and it was released on the Amiga, GameCube, and Super Nintendo. Well, that's also hard for me to imagine. I'm trying to comprehend how it all fits together. Ooh. Yes. Ah. Oh boy. Make up a story for it? I don't know. Okay, jeez. Oop. Well, that was worth it. Okay. Rule of thumb, never, ever gyroscope on top of those rolling snow boulders. Oh, that was such a bad idea. Oh boy, it's this level. This is my favorite Turrican level. You keep saying do it, come up with a story for it, but I'm blanking. I figure that if I were to come up a story where all these things intertwine, it'd have to be completely ridiculous and random. I just want to, like, improvise it off the top of my head, but at the same time, where do I start? Let's see. Darth Vader, while floating through space, finds Pac-Man eating pellets and tries to force choke him. Okay, so one day in Dagobah, after... Actually, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna skip this level. I'll improvise shit, because this, I can't improvise and get through this level at the same time. Okay, I'm failing to do the level skip code. The one moment where I need it the most. Okay. Okay. Okay, so one day in Dagobah, after Yoda... Wait, what? Damn it, I put in the wrong code! Hey guys, I beat the game. Okay. Fuck. Thanks, XQuave. Thanks for getting me thinking about this. And I accidentally put in the wrong code. And I accidentally beat the game. You made this stream much more entertaining, I will say that. Okay. So no, we are getting a full spread shot. We were getting a full spread shot, and then we were level skipping to where we just were. Okay. Let me... Now that I'm just doing level script, maybe now's the time to come up with the crossover. So one day in Dagobah, days after Yoda ate Luke's sausage thing from Empire Strikes Back, the sausage agreeing with me, it is not. And then he grabs a portal, and the portal in there, it opens up the world to Pac-Man, and then, like, Pac-Man's there, like, Chewbacca's just trying to eat Pac-Man, and Pac-Man doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and then Brett McGuire just randomly shows up, and it's like, oh, what the hell are you doing here? You don't belong in the same universe where I come from, there's xenomorphs, and just, yeah. Okay, so that made no fucking sense. Are you happy with that, XQuave? Did that fulfill your dreams? I am waiting for a response, XQuave. I hope you realize this. Also, what's next for game analysis fun times? Okay, that is the best edition. Okay, so in the chat, Scratch and Masterminds just said, and then they get sent to Undertale. Perfect. But no, back to somewhat more sane matters. What's next for game analysis fun times? I'm going to be doing, kind of coincidentally, going to talk about how kind of like analyses on Pac-Man platformers and just why they're more satisfying in 3D rather than 2D. Oh boy. Okay. Now, the stream can properly resume, and I have 3 less lives in the alien world. And my score is now locked. Oh wait, no it isn't. Okay. That works. Oh wait, there was a 1 up there, wasn't there? Yeah. Okay. That feel when the chat causes you to spew fanfiction. Okay. Oh, God. Oh my God, what is with this chat right now? What the Homie! Marge! Marge, we're number 2! Goodness. Oh jeez. But then I was also going to do a video like analyzing the impact that theme parks have on video games. Okay, the historical. Probably more of a 2D Pac-Man fan, but Super Pac-Man. Oh, this isn't necessarily about maze games. It's more so about like the platformers. Say World versus Pac-Land. That's more so the connection I'm making. And wow, I am dying horribly. Okay. Good God. Faster than a remarkably slow bullet. The good news is I think I'm almost at the end. This level. The only problem is I have the worst form of the bounce. I have facehuggers right here. Okay. Oh jeez. Do you want? Fuck this. Oh, it's too late. I got a game over anyway. Oh boy. Back. Also, sorry for ruining the chat. No, it's fine. Your presence is lovely. Okay. Okay. Gotta get back up here. Get the 1-up, and then I'm just gonna skip to the next level. Oh, jeez. Okay. SideQuest Gamer, are you thinking of Pac-Man 2? Because yeah, no, I'm not necessarily thinking about that. But no, let's see. What are the 2D Pac-Man platformers? There's Pac-Land, obviously. There's Pac-in-Time. I really need to focus. Holy shit. Okay. There's Pac-Land. There's Pac-in-Time. There's let's see. There's also, I guess you could kind of count the Game Boy Advance version of Pac-Man World 2. Then there's also, shit. There's also the 3DS version of Pac-Man that goes to the Adventures. I think there are others as well. But no, there's like some fundamental aspects as to why the 3D games and the platformers tend to be better in that series, which is kind of funny because like typically with some series it's they have the exact opposite problem. They have trouble adapting to 3D. Pac-Man has trouble adapting into 2D as far as platformers are concerned. Shit. I'm not doing well. I'm really not doing well, holy crap. Because I'm not focusing, God! Okay. I have not been this bad at Super Turrican in ages. I think since I got the game, like, 10 years ago. Well, not 10. years ago. 9 or something. Have I seen This Is Spinal Tap? Unfortunately, no, I haven't. I have seen several clips of it out of context, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I probably should watch it at some point. Okay, good. Ooh, hello, lovelies. This is the way to just get through the level, to just gyroscope the hell out of it. Gyroscope your way to victory. Oh, jeez. Until Facehugger grabs you. Okay. But it's okay in the end. I got it 1-up. Whoosh! How much does Pack in Time go for? I actually don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, I tend to prefer the Game Boy and DOS incarnations, even though it's literally just Theory of the Furries on the Amiga. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Okay. However, this begs the question, if I'm having so much trouble with Super Turrican inexplicably, oh god, doing Super Turrican 2 and rendering Ranger might be a mistake. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Okay. Ooh. Here we go. All right, final boss time. Game theory, why are there xenomorphs in Turrican? Game theory, why does the final boss, Xenomorph and Super Turrican, have indigestion? Yes. Okay. Now we got to the ending, sort of legitimately. Sort of. Oh boy. The next couple of games might be... I may have just committed a terrible, terrible mistake. Finally, Katakas and its inhabitants were freed from the clutches of the evil machine. Joy and laughter once again filled the crowded temples and once deserted ruins, and Turrican moved on. Being this time, the machine started to regain its powers. The adventure is just beginning. Turrican will return once more, and then he'll suffer from a 20-year-long hiatus. Oh boy. Also, one thing I like about like a lot of the games connected to Manfred Trends is that how they all take place in the same universe. Like, it's just kind of crazy. It's really cool to see like a lot of returning elements from like Katakas in Turrican, and then Turrican in Enforcer, and then Turrican in Rendering Ranger, and then Rendering Ranger, Turrican, and Katakas in Katakas 2 or Crush or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to just keep calling it Katakas 2. It's beautiful. Okay. So, load game. Let us play Super Turrican 2. Oh boy. The location. A small star system floating in the endless spiral arms of a black hole. Not very far in all honesty. I really need to get back to playing that. Just been caught up in a lot of other things. The only reason I'm doing this right now is because I actually have some free time. Free time is kind of a thing I don't have as much of anymore. Welcome to adulthood. Also, this full motion video. Just full motion video on a Super Nintendo cartridge. That is... It's just bizarre. Alrighty. Oh boy. If you couldn't tell by my sounds of impeding doom, it's because this game is not exactly the easiest. Out of the core 5 Turrican games, this is the hardest. It's also the most different. So going through on your resourceful exploration instincts, yeah, that's not going to get you too far. You want to divert that attention to collecting every single gem you see.
Activated. Missile. Shield. Laser.
Alrighty. I'm not seeing much in the way of gems at this point in time. I guess they're all saved for the buggy section. The buggy section. Oh boy.
One up.
Need to collect every single one of these things. Because no, one-ups in this game are scarce. You're not going to find many in this game. Instead, like, every 30 gems, there's a one-up. However, in most levels, that is literally all there is. Okay. Boom. Boom. Oh boy. Frame rate. This is choppier than I remember the game being. Could just be the ROM. I think this is a PAL region ROM, so that might explain some of it.
Danger.
probably be less choppy if I played the game on the actual hardware, but still. Oh, what's this? Trouble with emulation and Factor 5 games? Who's ever heard of such a thing? Oh boy. Ah. Ah. Yes. Fall over. Yes. I got all of them. Excellent. Did they ever release a 60 Hz version in the US? Yes. Yes, they did. I think it's literally just the ROM I downloaded that's causing issues. But at the same time, the game still plays the same. I'm not going to be picky. Okay.
Laser.
Okay, where? Oh, okay. Is there any other one? I guess not. Okay. Looks like we'll just have to... Ooh, so close. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay, just need to build up speed. A lot of it. Because I need to get on top of this platform without wasting too much time. Yeah, it looks like that's not going to happen. Yeah, okay, that's the last attempt I'm willing to give. Music kind of reminds you of Battle for Naboo. Yeah. Oh, coming. Yes. Oh boy. Da da dun da 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 dun dun da dun 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 dun. Wow, yeah, this is definitely running slower than it usually does. Okay. But hey, that actually might be beneficial. I might use that to my advantage. How's Jack Razor been? It's been going pretty good. I just wish I had more time to work on it. Because I, again, like, really don't have that much. I really don't want to start saying, like, figures of, like, oh, I should finish the game by this point in time. Because whenever I say that, something happens that completely screws up any chances of me getting it done by then. That's always been what's happened, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to concern myself too much with getting all of the gems and all of the secrets in this level. Just focus on surviving. Like, I honestly would release a demo, but, part of the thing is, after I ported the game over between engines, it's been less stable, and at this point I'm, like, it's all stuff that I can fix, or work around. But at this point I'm just kind of adding what needs to be added and then worrying about bug fixing at the end. Even though, like, at least, like, 65% of this development cycle has been, like, just bug fixing. Because it's almost like there was, like, this... No, like, making Jack Razor, it felt like, the entire time, it felt like there was, like, some supernatural demon just that did not want me to complete that game. So it's like, ugh. Game development is hell. Sometimes. Would your game get a Steam release? I am not going to use Steam at first. I will see about a Steam release later, because I think that part of the problem is I'm not going to put all my eggs in the Steam basket. I want to hit as many different platforms as possible. Because Steam has become so over-bloated with indie games or whatnot that it's hard to stand out. It's hard to, like... Visibility is not very good because there's just so many people uploading to there. And most games that end up on Steam these days are flops. Because, again, it's just so bloated. So, I mean, there are things I like about Steam or whatnot. Granted, I also don't like the process of getting games up on Steam. Yeah. But no, first I want to see about getting it released on GOG and itch.io and other things like that. Then after the game makes like enough money for it to be a viable investment, then I'll see about Steam. Because no, I just really just don't like that process that they have. Like, yeah, apparently they are, like, trying to replace Steam Greenlight, but, like, it still seems that they want to keep, from the last I heard of it anyway, they want to still keep that, just pay, the developer pays this much, and then that's good, that's a quality assurance, that in of itself, that works. No, it doesn't. Wait, there's a new Gianna Sisters sequel in the works? Awesome! Do you have a trailer in the works? Yeah. Well, I was actually considering having one play at the end of the stream, but that would have required me doing extra video capture and editing. So I decided not to do that so I could spend more time streaming for you guys. And just save that for later. But no, a 3D Gianna Sister skin, that'd be interesting. Okay. Actually, the more I think about it, yeah, like, if there was, like, a Gianna Sisters, like, collectathon or whatnot, that would be amazing! Alright. Time for Wormland.
Stage 1.
I love this song. Just this level too. Ooh, that's okay. Ooh, that was tricky. Oh wait, it's still going? Well, why is it still going? Well, I guess maybe it's because it's running slower. Because no, I'm used to this happening earlier. Because no, okay, here's the thing about this game. And yes, this is very, very different from the prior games. It's much more of a linear, straightforward action, like, shooter. And I've complained a lot about games that, like, sequels that are different from the predecessors. However, kind of the distinction here is that Super Turrican 2 is actually really good at being an action shooter side-scroller. Whereas, like, some of the others, like, when they're trying to, like, with some sequels that try to do something different, they're not even good at being the thing that they're trying to do, and that's more of the end problem. But yeah, as for what time do I want to release Jack Razor, like, literally because there's so many good games coming out this year, I want to hold it off until, like, January 2018 or, like, sometime next year where there's, like, not much going on. Because, yeah, because no, I was hoping to have the game done by August. It's almost done, but not quite August ready. But even if I did manage to get it done by August, oh look, here's Sonic Mania. Okay, what is, like, okay, how about, like, October? Okay, no, Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, how about, and then you have the entirety of Quarter 4. Does Jack Razor have a promotional Twitter account? I do have a Twitter for my development, like, little development studio. Even though it's, like, not an official business yet. Ooh, there we go. The defeated monster vanishes in the dunes. Oh. Guarded by enemy soldiers, you are brought to one of the threatening war stations orbiting the planet through more full motion video. Like, how is this possible? Okay.
On your assault, spread shot. Spread shot. Spread shot.
Bottom. 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 Okay. I am not doing too bad so far. That's probably going to change, though. That is most definitely going to change, given that's this game. Okay. Come on, blew up. Come on, blew up.
Rebound activated.
Oh, hello. That's a nice chest laser you have there. What system is this for? This is Super Nintendo. Hence the Super in the title. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Ah! Ah! There goes another one of my lives. What? Dying in this game? No, no one's heard of such a thing. That's a fabled construct. It's... I like that you can jump out of the gyroscope in mid-air in this game. I especially love how the fan game Turrican dealt with that, and how it tied into the platforming. Because no, I could easily do another Turrithon based off of the fan games. Because no, like the fan games tend to be really, really good. Okay.
Shield. Red top.
Alright. Gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. Oop. Yeah. Oh! Ah! This is what I get for looking at the chat. I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. Oh boy. No. Don't knock back physics me, you asteroid. Whoop. If I remember correctly, one of them takes you further out and there's a secret. Is it this one passing by below me? I will aha! No? Turn around. Take me back. Yes, Mr. Happy Face Drone carrying construction pieces.
Rebound activated. One up.
Ooh, that's satisfying. Especially in this game where there are practically no one-up power-ups.
Spread shot activated.
Oh boy. Alright, now Mr. Happy Platform. Yes, you have returned. Take me back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. So what is the story of Super Turrican? There's... Let's see, in the first Super Turrican, the machine takes over Katakis. Stop him. In this game, you are... basically the machine has taken over a solar system beyond the reaches of a black hole.
Emergency.
Stop him again. That's basically it. Ooh, doing good. Oh boy. Kitakis is a planet. It's also shmup made by the same people. Oh jeez. Hence the Kitakis lives reference in Turrican 2. When you're flying the spaceship. That's a reference to the shmup. Kitakis was basically R-Type, but was better than R-Type. Okay. Ooh! Please. Please! Your omnipotence, have mercy! Yes! Excellent.
Stage 2.
Woo! Well, that was wise of me. Here. Wait, what? Okay. Again, I took my skills in this level for granted and I started looking at the chat again. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is the magical sound of victory.
Stage 2.
Is there a single bad Turrican game? Well, the
Red Top.
cell phone reboot,
Danger.
that was pretty bad. There were two of them. Thanks, THQ. Then, the official, as far as, like the more traditional stuff, like, I still think the Genesis version of Turrican is not that great. Especially if you're running it on an NTSC Genesis. I think a lot of my issues with the game would be resolved to a degree if I was running it on a Mega Drive. Because a lot of it boils down to it's running way too damn fast. And the game is already hard to begin with, so it's like, why?
Danger.
But still, there's some fun to be had there, and a lot of fans will say Universal Soldier, which is a butchered port of Turrican 2 to the Genesis and Game Boy, but at the same time, it's hilarious. It's like, yeah, it's not authentic Turrican 2 at all, but it's a guilty pleasure. It is really funny. Unintentionally so, but it will get a laugh. Oh, I mean, there's only so many... I just can't keep a straight face whenever I see the machine replaced by Dolph Lundgren. A giant Dolph Lundgren. That doesn't really look like Dolph Lundgren either.
Missile. Power up.
Oh, jeez.
Flamethrower activated. Boss approaching.
Bum, 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 ba, da, bum. What if there was a Turrican kart racing game? Once again, I question how that would work. What do I think of Mr. Driller? That's one of those games I've always heard about, but I never have actually gotten around to playing.
Emergency.
Oh boy. Oh jeez. Okay. No. Huzzah! No! That part always stresses me out. I know who Mr. Driller is. I just have never played Mr. Driller itself. That's more so the distinction. Oh boy! I could send you the PS1 copy of the game if you want. I don't think that's necessary. I'll see how much it is. Oh boy. Woo! Speeder bike time! Alright. Not doing too bad. Oop, pause. Good. So, this is kind of a topsy-turvy scenario. Usually, I get through Super Turrican pretty easily. Then I get through Super Turrican 2 with a lot of difficulty. Here, I'm not having as much difficulty with Super Turrican 2 as I was expecting having. Oh boy. Send you your copy of Pac-Man 3, but I already have 2 copies of... No, I have 3. I have the GameCube version, I have the PlayStation 2 version, and I have the DS version. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, so what did I use to make Jack Razor? It started off as like a project among friends in high school, and because people in my friend group have varying levels of coding experience, I'm not the best coder in the world. One of my friends who's working on the game initially, he's actually pretty damn good. Oh, jeez. God. And then one of my friends doesn't know how to code at all. Who's working on the game doesn't know how to code at all. Oh, God. That was a bad situation right there. So we started off with a Game Maker 8, 8.0, because this was a while ago when I started this. However, more and more, the project fell on me. They still provide input every now and again. Shit! Okay, I take back everything I said about my performance. Jesus! That was... Oh, God. That was... As soon as I start trying to provide an explanation like that, that's when it all goes downhill. But, yeah. However, the game was really overly ambitious. Basically, not out of our own abilities, but the game does things that Game Maker was never, at least Game Maker 8 was never supposed to do. It's kind of amazing how we got the game running at 720p, 60 frames per second, compatible with Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo GameCube controllers. And yes, you did hear that right. And but eventually, because it was putting so much strain on the engine itself, I upgraded to Game Maker Studio because that was the closest thing to it, and yet there was potential for it working better because it's more compatible with the things we're trying to do to begin with. And I missed that gem. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm probably going to get a game over in the underwater world. Oh boy. All because I messed up at that speeder bike section. I missed one gem, so I don't get the fancy one up. Whew. Boy, that one up. So yeah, at this point in time, it's running in Game Maker Studio, though that's not what I started off with. I might get a game over at the spider boss. Okay. So I guess the takeaway from this is to never comment on your performance on a game during a stream. Ever. Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Then immediately upon saying that, oh. There was a version of Pac-Man World, really? That had extra content who should be added? I'm not sure. Maybe Orson? Orson's cool. Who is your game's music composer? Oh, I was. I studied music theory for the purpose of making the music for Jack Razor. Swear to God, if this smart bomb doesn't. But no, in all seriousness, I'm very, very happy with how the soundtrack turned out. I have some earlier examples of the soundtrack on YouTube, but it's changed drastically since then. Do you know what? At the end of the stream, I'll share some of the updated tracks. That could be fun. Or maybe after this game is over, and before rendering a Ranger. Great, now the stream has devolved into me making curly sounds while fighting a giant space spider. And game over. Oh boy. Did you ever make music before you made Jack Racer? Not any music worth talking about. In fact, it's debatable as to whether or not it can be classified as music. Okay. I'm gonna have to focus on this for a little bit. Okay. Oh no! I killed myself for the purposes of potentially getting a 1-up. I have my priorities in order, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Oh please. Do you want? After? Oh, come on now. Okay. Here's a fun idea. Because this is not going very well. Oh, is that it? Or is it? No, I'm doing it wrong. XBY. What is the code? No, that's not it. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, in fact, actually, no. I'll play while I look up the cheat code to skip levels. I will play you music, updated music from Jack Racer. That's one way to do it. Okay. Alright. What would be a good track? First level theme sounds like a good choice. Okay, so I found the cheat code. Okay, so to clarify, it is RLX, BYA, left, down, up, and right. So I almost had it right. Okay, let's start this back up again, shall we? Okay, display capture. Alright. Okay, maybe I should go to a lower elevation. It's BYA. What? Am I doing it wrong again? No, it's RLX BYA. I think I'm doing it wrong. Okay. So I can read it. RLX, BYA, left, down, up, and right. It's also stubborn. Like, the cheat code also only works when it wants to. And it also doesn't help that I'm playing this with a PlayStation controller. So I can only... There we go! Perfect. But I'm not doing this right now. No, it was... Evidently, I'm just going to leave this here. Okay, maybe just wait for the spider to start attacking me. Okay. RLXBYA, left, down, up, and right. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, at this point, given I am on my last continue and that it's this game and I only have so many lives, I might just give you a little sampling tour of Super Turrican 2. Here is the underwater world. And I love the music in this underwater world. And no, Xquaid, this game does not have the walking eyeballs with fingers for legs. Sorry. That music. Okay, so the point of this level is to, like, find different corners of the map and blow up these generators at the end of it. Collect that, thank you. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Good. Grab the... Or no, it was down right up. Okay. Let's go right here. It's amazing just how difficult this cheat code is to pull off, but I guess that's the whole point. Okay. Looks like I'm just going to have to suck it up. Unless things get bad for me, which chances are they will. I still just find it incredible. I was doing perfectly okay until I said that I was doing perfectly okay. Now I'm on my last continue, and I'm not even in the last world. This is not an acceptable place to be in your last continue. Should you wish to win, anyway. LPers karma? Yeah, no, that's exactly what this is. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna try regardless. Am I still doing it right? It's left, down, up, right. Okay. I keep needing to verify that. Left, down, up, right. Or no. Okay, there we go. Now in the next level, you're going down the toilet. Left, down, upright. RLXBYA, left, down, upright. RLXBYA, left, down, upright. RLXBYA, left, down, upright. Oh my god. I'm gonna get a game over trying to cheat. Oh, thank god.
Stage 3, 4.
Okay. Alrighty. Whew. I'm just praying to find a power-up. Like a health power-up. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled, then I'm going to try to do the cheat code again, and hopefully that'll be the last time I'll have to use it. Just to get me to where I should be with this life and game over situation. Should be the last world. It's the last level before it. There's a smart bomb. That's not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. Looks like I'll just have to cut my losses. Because here comes the Manta Boss. Yeah, I don't think so. RLXB. Phew! Okay. Hopefully, I shouldn't have to use that anymore. And in fact, just in case, now I will use save states. I didn't want to have to do that. Axelay, anyone? Axelay is a game that exists. I just died, what the hell am I doing now? Oh god. I got carried away with the awesome music, didn't I? Okay, so... As predicted. Okay, since that didn't turn out well... Oh my god. There we go. If Namco made Pac-Man World 4, what direction do you think it should take? I think it should be more open world.
Stage 4.
Yeah.
Laser. Activated. Laser. Missile.
Okay. But actually, speaking of games and, like, what direction you think they should take, because, oh god. Like, there's been a lot of, like, talk about there being a new Turrican game, and, like, there's been, like, talks amongst the fans of what they'd want it to be. And there's a lot of people saying, like, make it a 2.5D game. Don't try translating into 3D or whatnot. And, like, honestly, there's so many different things you could do with Turrican these days that I'd love to see them just, like, experiment. Oh boy. Oh, hello. Hello, machine. How are you today?
Red top activated.
Okay, if I get a game over, or if I die at this fight, I'm going to skip to the final boss because you guys need to see the final boss. Okay, it looks like that's going to happen. Okay! Final boss time. RLXBYA. There we go. Okay. Now let's see if I could redeem myself and do this without getting hit once. Or not hit once, but dying. Oop. Oh, I missed the flamethrower.
Rebound activated. Missile. Flamethrower activated. Red box activated. Rebound activated. Missile. Rebound.
Oh god. Please. No. Alright.
Red box
Alrighty. Whew, so I did that without dying. After all that embarrassment, I feel at least somewhat better about myself. Ooh. Oh, jeez. That final boss is amazing. And also the ending music. Ooh, not this, what's playing right now. This is just standard cutscene music, but the music that plays during the credits is so good. But no, kind of going back to the Turrican thing, out of all of the 2D franchises I can see working as a 3D adaptation, like, Turrican is it. You really don't need to change that much when you really think about it. Oh, here's the ending music. Hands down, my favorite ending theme in a Super Nintendo game. This is my favorite ending music in a Super Nintendo game, by far. But yeah, is this the last of the machine? Well, after they did this game, both Manfred Trends, well, even though Manfred Trends didn't work on this game, but Factor 5 expressed that they wanted to use a different villain after this. And Manfred Trends also wanted to do a different villain in his Turrican 3D project. However, in the 2007 one for PS3, they were going to bring the machine back. And honestly, I'm kind of for both. Like, I feel that, like, I think they should use the machine at least one last time. And, like, and then try to diversify, because now we're at a point where we can develop characters better. Than we could in, say, the Super Nintendo days. And I feel that we should at least dive into the relationship between Bren McGuire and the machine before just completely deviating from that, now that we can dive into it further. The final boss looks like something Treasure Company would make. Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Oh, and also back to the music. Holy crap, this part. My ears are singing right now. What a good song. What a good game. Oh, okay. So, it appears we have one last game up our sleeves. However, oh boy, it's a doozy. It is a doozy. Oh. In fact, I'm just going to pull up a little something talking about the game we're about to play. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to be playing Rendering Ranger. And just to give you some form of expectation of what we're in for.
Gun, the laser, which
Hang on.
bottom of the screen here, or two earlier. And it
Let's see.
This is
Oh, here we go.
shred of thought into what you're doing. So this all sounds well and good, right? So what's the catch? The catch is that this is one of the hardest games you'll ever play, to the point that I feel like an idiot putting Donkey Kong Country 3 over this game on my hardest SNES games video. As fun as this game is, it's comically tough, to the point that it kind of holds the game back a bit. The difference between this and the Treasure-developed games on Genesis is that those games are a bit more accessible to the average Joe. You don't have to be a gaming ninja to play them for a while, but Rendering Ranger R2, right from the first level, good god man. And the levels are long and relentless.
Are you ready for this? So am I. Okay, now. Oh boy, this is going to be something. Oh boy. So, time to change the game. We're going to be playing this game. So you still want to make the new... Super Mario Fan 123311 says, I still... Wait, what happened just now? Still want to make that review of New Super Mario Bros. 2 because good God, it's the most boring game I've ever played. I can't understand why people defend it saying level design and whatnot, plus my whole why I started falling out of Mario speech. Having myself. Yeah, no, like, I kind of addressed this in my Mario Galaxy 2 video too, but they use the same defense is used there when the level design is some of the most bland and repetitive platform placement you could possibly have. Like, they might just be referring to, like, oh look, it's obviously functional. So look, the platform placement is serviceable. Ooh. But yeah, no, if you want to know the reason as to why I'm so hard towards that game and not as hard on some of the other ones, is because by the time of New Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario 3D Land and whatnot, I just given up. Though Side Quest Gamer, you do have a point. It is kind of up to the eye of the beholder. But still, I am under the opinion that a lot of like New Super Mario Bros. 2 and to a lesser degree Mario Galaxy 2, to a lesser degree I will admit, that like a lot of the platforming in like those kinds of Mario games, it's just too bare bones is, I guess, how I put it. Puzzle Plank is good. I'm talking more about like when they start to reuse the same platform play, when it's really just the block platforming. It's more so the block placement and how it doesn't change and how it's really just... And like the block placement itself wasn't that special the first time it was used in game. But no, that kind of issue of the platforming not even being that creatively thought out in those, like in games like New Super Mario Bros. 2 and whatnot, yeah. Okay. Whew. Oh, jeez. And that's one of the things that's kind of baffled me about, like the games of, like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. 2, a lot of the more boring Mario games like that, or vapid, really, because, you know, you could find any game, like, boring or enjoyable, but, like, you can find, like, ROM hacks and, like, mods of these games that are more fun than the actual games. And more creative. And, like, better level design. I mean, I feel similarly about games like Sonic Adventure 2. I don't dislike it, but I don't feel really evolved Sonic. Though here, it's not so much about whether or not it evolves something. That's not really what I'm talking about here at the moment. It's more so about the level design present. As far as, like, just platform placement and whatnot. But anyway, back to this. This is going to be fun. This is not easy game. Oh boy. Arf. Though I will disagree with SNES Drunk on this. I don't find the first level to be that hard. I say as I die. But I believe that if I screw up, I have save states of each individual level. Let's see. Yes, I do. Awesome. Stage 4, Stage 5, Stage 6, Stage 7 twice. Okay. Awesome. So I have each level off the bat, because this game doesn't have too many of them. There's 9 levels in total, so... But, as it was said earlier, the levels aren't short, either. But no, this is also one of the most technically insane Super Nintendo games you'll ever see. Oh, and also look, there was the airship from Super Turrican 2 that just crashed in the background. Love little touches like that. Okay. should play Bubsy on live stream. Maybe someday, who knows? Who knows? Well, I'll write more reviews, but I to get too distracted playing games and other things after I get my rage out and why I just like New Super Mario 2 so much. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes it's just... yeah. Oh boy. Come on now. Excellent. Okay. Whoosh. But no, I guess I've talked. I think I've talked enough about like a lot of like the issues with like those kinds of like Mario games of that era. But honestly, that was like the big thing with 3D World was, yeah, it was when you get down to it, just as derivative as all of the others. But the level design. There was much more variety of platform placement. There was a lot more variety of enemy usage. They used mechanics much more inventively. Whereas, like the level design in, like, New Super Mario Bros. Games. Like, hell, look at the original. The original has fantastic level design. Then you go to Wii, and it has okay level design. Then you go to U, and it has alright level design. Then you go to New Super Mario 2, it has alright level design. Like, it's... a lot of the level design is just bog standard. It's a lot of things that really... anyone could really do. Factor 5 fan thoughts on the Angry Joe drama. I don't follow YouTube drama or Angry Joe, so... this is... the first I've heard of it, really. I'm not really that interested, to be honest. Yeah, I don't get that either. I'm surprised Angry Joe is still relevant. Same. Oh boy. Get the life. Okay, just barely got out of there. Okay. Alright. It's almost time for the shmup sections. Also, SideQuest Gamer, you mentioned earlier the crazy fast section in Turrican 2 shmup sections. Ooh, you are going to be in for something. Stage 8. Stage 3! Oh boy. But no, to be honest, I love the shmup sections in this game. They are tough as hell, but my god, I love them. This might be my favorite shmup action on the system, honestly. I like it more than R-Type 3, even. Though R-Type 3 is also pretty damn awesome. Okay. Like, this first shmup level is not too tough. It's not too tough, but they get a lot tougher from there. It's also so weird to hear, like, Commodore 64, like, SID ARPs in the background in this song. It's on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I don't mind. Like Commodore 64 music? I like Super Nintendo music. Doesn't bother me. Did I see the Emoji Movie? No, because in this year with all these great games coming out, I want to save my money and not waste it on wasting my life away. But no, they also just released Crush on Steam, which was originally called Katakis 2 earlier in its development. It just came out like a month or two ago. And it's basically like if you took the shmup sections from this game and made an entire game out of it. And I've been having a blast with that so far. Haven't beaten it, because, yeah. I got to stage 5, and there's 7 stages, so I'm not too far off. Alright, though to clarify, and this should be pretty obvious. This should be pretty obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is the only game that we have played so far on both Turrithons that I don't have. But given how rare this game is, that should also be kind of an exception. Because no, when you see this game out in the wild, it's expensive. Ooh, hello. Aha! There are only like 5,000 ever made. Yeah, exactly. And only in Japan. They were I think they were only sold in Virgin stores in Japan. Despite the game being German. But no, I really hope that, because not only is Factor 5 back, but they have the complete library of rights from Rainbow Arts, that they re-release this game, because it deserves it. Because yeah, no, it is tough as nails, but it's really good. Well, if there was a crossover game between Namco's IPs, isn't that what they were going for with Pac-Man World? Because no, I remember reading that Pac-Man World was originally supposed to be an RPG, where all of the Namco universes, basically all of the Namco arcade games took place in the same universe. Like, that was the original concept for Pac-Man World, but then Namco was like, no, you gotta make it, a platformer, you gotta make it Pac-Man. But they still kind of kept true to that. That's why you see elements from, like, Dig Dug, Galaga. And if you look at the original storyboards for Pac-Man World, you see, Mappy and other things of that variety. But yeah, okay. Oh boy. But yeah, no, actually going back to the new Turrican angle, I'd love to see them do a 3D game, but I'd also love to see, like, given how everyone's been talking about, like, we'd really want, like, a 2D game with 3D graphics or whatnot, I'd be totally down with that too. The only thing is, I would like them to pick really different environments. Like, I wouldn't want the same desert, or, like, whatnot. I wouldn't want this to become the new Super Mario Brothers of Turrican. How appropriate. We were just talking about that. Whoosh. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Oh, that scrolling. Oh boy. A Klonoa crossover with Family Guy. What? Okay, I think we need to stop it with the crossovers. I think we need to stop. That was. That's some dangerous territory. It was some dangerous territory before, well, with the Star Wars Turrican and Pac-Man. But no, now, like, no, that's going too far. That is going way too far. Why am I now imagining Hupo with Peter's face? Great. X-Coin, once again, you've gotten terrible images in my head. Also, it just amazes me how this game never slows down. And it's a Super Nintendo game, it throws so much shit at you. Oh, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is boss time. It is boss time, my friends. Oh yes. There are many bosses. There are many friends. It is time for boss and friends. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. Oh, jeez. Ooh, scaling. I like scaling. How about you, Mr. Friend? Do you like scalings? I bet you do, seeing how you're doing it so much. Oh, and rotation! I like rotation. Shooting the projectiles reminds me of the Vector Star Wars arcade game. Like the one from 1983. Probably know it more from the crazy commercial for the home console version. Whoa! Fireballs! Lasers! Coming right at me! What about crossover with Turrican and Toy Story? Okay, stop it! Stop it! His debris flies at the screen. What is with you and crossovers today? What about crossover with Mario and Rabbids? Oh, that'll never catch on next Quay. I don't know what you're talking about. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. How about a crossover with Deadpool and Turrican? Not you, too! Smash Bros. But it's Toy Story Woody is Mario Buzz's Sonic. Oh my god. You are a hedgehog! You are a sad and strange little man. I am not helping things. Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to take them out through here. Seriously, what do I think of Mario and Rabbids? What I think is that I don't know how to. Can I blow that up? No. Ooh! Almost got crushed by that. I'm an idiot. Okay, and now the power should be off and the creepy boss music should play, and then I should fight a giant turret thing. Your Sonic impression really sounds like an impression of Jason Griffith. I mean, yeah? I mean, he voiced Sonic at one point, and... yeah. I think out of all the Sonic voices, Griffiths has been the only one I've been able to really nail. Come on, step it up! You're too slow! I can't do Drummond or Roger Craig Smith as well. is. Okay, looks like I can just blast through here again. What about Urkel Sock? No. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get a game over before the level's over! Let's just see about proving myself wrong. Well, hopefully I should be able to beat the ATST boss. What about just Urkel? I've never tried it. Let me try sounding as annoying as possible, see if that does the trick. There, that's my Urkel impression.
Did I do that?
Oh my god. Note to self, never do that with your throat ever again. Also, never do that ever again. Okay. Actually, no, it was stage 4. Ugh. No, it was stage 5, never mind. Could I do Captain Lou Albano's Mario? Again, never tried it. Except maybe in the golden age of YouTube poop, perhaps. But quite frankly, my throat is way too sore right now from demonic Urkel that, I'm not gonna try doing a scratchy voice like that. Do Hotel Mario. Let me see about that. First I'm gonna take a drink. Have some root beer conveniently right here. Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, gay Luigi. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Luigi, look! It's from Bowser! Dear pesky plumbers, the Koopalings and I have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess has been placed in one of my 7 Koopa hotels. I dare you to find her if you can. We need to find the princess. And you gotta help us. If you need instructions to guide us through the hotels, check out the enclosed instruction book. How's that? Hello, SideQuest Gamer. You missed impressions. Don't worry. The likes of Demonic Urkel will be uploaded in the archive. Oh god, you want me to do Zelda CDI ones too? Oh no. Actually, there's a funny story involving that. So one time, after I... You're gonna take the demonic earth compression and add filters to it. Do it. Do it. And then just like add like an instrumental version of Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame and put that in the background. Hellfire makes everything better. Da 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 da. To this day, what the fuck? Okay. Woo! The door killed me Dragon Slayer style, like the NES game. Just touch the door, it turns you into a skeleton. Oh yeah, about Zelda CDI. So, I did well in school. I think it was like after I graduated high school or it was something like that. My mother, took me to, drove me to Disney World. She also kind of used this as an excuse to go to Disney World, because one of the things my mother and I have in common is we both love Disney World. We both just love theme parks. Okay, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this is sadistic. Okay. Oof. Jesus Christ. Okay. However, as I've established previous, my mother's a little nutty. And I knew that at some point the conversation in the car was going to get really uncomfortable. And what ended up happening was the night before, one of my friends, Chris, he asked me if I wanted to go over to his house and just hang out with him for a while. And I said, unfortunately, I couldn't because I was going to take a 2-day car trip. But I told him, like, something along the lines of, be on standby. Just be on standby because I'm going to be in the car with my mother, and God knows what she's going to say. I might need you to help me escape from the moment. And then, as we were passing through New Jersey, she just turns to me and says, "Let's talk about religion." And then my eyes just widened, and I take out my phone, start texting Chris, "Chris, it's happening. It's all happening right now." And then he just texts with, "Zelda, Dugonkel is under attack from the evil forces of Ganon. I'm going to Gamelon to aid him." And then we just started reciting the entire cutscenes from Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil. It was glorious. Because no, both of us were really into the YouTube poop scene in like 2007, 2008, and so on. Would I make reviews on other Pac-Man games like Pac in Time or Pac Attack? Pac Attack, I don't have as much to say about. It's basically Tetris, but with a pretty clever twist. Pac in Time, maybe. I can't promise anything. Enough. My ship sails in the morning. I wonder what's for dinner. Oh boy, I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok. Okay. Because 2 bosses wasn't enough. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, hello! Haha! Victory! What religion does your mother follow, out of curiosity? I really don't want to go down the whole religion route on the internet. I tried not to talk about these things, but no, she's a Christian, which isn't too out of the ordinary, but she's also loopy at the same time. Oh boy. Yep. Boy. Yeah. I mean, to clarify, like, religiously, I'm pretty open-minded to, like, other people and religious beliefs and whatnot. I'm typically not one to care what religion you follow as long as you're a good person and and hell, if it's actually motivating you to do good things in the world, then great. But it's when the exact opposite of that happens. It's when the inverse of that happens, that's when I start to be like, ooh. But the thing is with my mother is she's kind of fanatical in the sense that there is no... Basically, what the discussion amounted to was religion can do no wrong, or whatnot. Or, like, Christianity and whatnot. She was basically what she was saying in the car was like, oh, people have never done anything bad in the name of Christianity. Which is why I'm just like, okay, I'm escaping this conversation. I'm not going to contribute to this conversation. I'm just going to meme with my friend Chris. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're getting closer to when the game starts to go crazy. What's this? The green fireball says, I really enjoyed the analysis on Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm glad. glad you enjoyed it. And actually, that was an interesting video to make. Because, like, I have friends who really like Galaxy 2 and whatnot. And, like, Ryan, for instance, he likes Mario Galaxy 2. So, after I finished the review, I was, like, really careful with, like, basically, I think part of the reason why the review turned out so well was I was really nitpicky. I was more nitpicky than usual about, like, the script. And even after I finished recording it, I kept going back and making changes during editing. And afterwards, when I was showing Ryan and some of my other friends, many of whom enjoy the game, they were just kind of, and Ryan in particular, like, when he disagrees with me, he is not shy about letting me know. Not in a particularly rude way, of course, but he does. But no, he will tell you when he disagrees with you. Respectfully, but yeah. So I deliberately showed friends this before I released it as a means of challenging it. Like, is there stuff wrong with what I said? And they were just kind of like, no, these are really, really, really good points. So now I'm very happy with the video. Let's see. SideQuest Screamer says, "Lol, I'm agnostic, but I follow similar philosophy. If you do nothing but bring good, don't ever be ashamed of what you believe." Yeah, exactly. I'm agnostic as well. Oh boy. Ooh. This boss drives me insane, by the way. What's my favorite Ratchet and Clank game? I really don't have one. Mainly because, to be honest, I haven't played enough to really determine. I've beaten the first one. From there, I've, like, played various others to varying degrees, but I really would want to have beaten all of them before really saying, oh, this is my favorite. Okay, oh boy. This boss. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Ah. Okay. Good. It's almost time for stage 7, it seems like. The insanity that is stage 7. I can't wait. Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. This boss health meter It does not like going down. It does. Oh jeez. Super Mario Fan 123311 says, I usually say never shove people. Sorry, I'm butchering it because I'm multitasking. Usually say never shove beliefs down people's throats and disown for thinking differently. Politicians, hippers, company fanboys, and whatnot love shoving things down throats. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Okay. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Well, to be honest, I'm more afraid of the political fanatics than the religious ones. You and me both. All right. Woo. Oh boy. It's a strange fear to have, but anyone can manipulate information for their own ends. Yeah. No, exactly. Oh boy, this stage. This stage. I love it. But it's so brutal. Now, X-Quite, do not be my mom right now. Oh boy. Oh my god. Streaming this game was a mistake! Boy, and the next stage is going to be even worse. Oh my god. Oh, sweet banana. Oh my god. Vote Shadow 2020. my god! Oh my god! Oh, Susan. Oh my god, this level. Okay. I'm sorry that I'm not responding to the chat much, but I think the reasoning should be pretty self-evident. Oh my god. Ah! Save me, Muffin Man. Oh, that helps. Did I actually do it? Hang on. Possibly. Come on, recharge, recharge, recharge! Yes! I have succeeded! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Okay. I'm gonna go off of my previous conditions for this next level. And I don't think a single living person will blame me for this. Also, that level I keep mentioning, SideQuest Gamer, the one that goes really fast. Here we go, because if you thought that was a pain, oh, this level. Okay. Oh boy. Wait for it. Alright. Need to get out of this tricky maze. And now, the punishment can begin! Plays Monty on the Run theme. Sweet Lord. Okay. Oh boy. That moment when you're relieved to hear the boss music. Have I mentioned that this game is hard? Yes? Good! Also, I should mention something else. This level's a boss rush. On top of everything else. Okay, I might not get through this. Please. Yes. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, never mind. However, with all the shit it's giving me, you know some serious crap is coming up. And speaking of that level from Turrican 2, here's the boss from that level, except harder. Oh my god. Oh my god. Maybe it would help to switch to this so I have the super of this. The super of this is pretty good unless I die. Good thing I switched. Come on. Switch so I can obliterate. Okay. Now I just have to worry about this thing's halves crushing me. Oh my god, this level. Oh, sweet god, this level. Okay. Die, die, die. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Getting through it, getting through it, getting through it. Okay. Oh, one-up, yay. I like one-ups. One-ups are my friends. Oh look, here's another boss from Turrican 2. Bullet Hell Edition. Oh my god. Good. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, jeez. Christ on a pogo stick. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Yes. Just this last. Okay. I think there's only 2 more bosses left in this level. You heard me? Alright, now where's the creepy skull spider? Ooh, I hear his clanking. Ah, yes. Here we go. Hello, creepy skull spider. How are you today? Was your day fun? My day's been fun. Yes. 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 Come on now. Come on. Smell the pogo stick. Smell the pogo stick of opportunity. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. You dirty cheese. Oh god. Excellent. Come on now. Come on. Give me my birthday wish. Ooh, we're getting closer. Yes. Okay. Last boss of this level should be coming up. Oh boy. Oh yes. The sad thing is, I think... No, wait, no. There's another boss after this boss. And look, it's another Turrican boss. It's the mini little face blocks from World 4 of Turrican 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. But no, it's kind of weird. Out of all the games... This is the one I think I've done the best at playing tonight. And this is by far the hardest one. I don't understand it. But I'm not going to question it. Stream logic. Here's the skull man. How are you? He never responds. Oh my god! Okay. Oh, yes. Come on. Oh my god. Last stage, here we go. So yeah, next time people start saying, oh, like next time NES elites start going, oh, the Super Nintendo doesn't have hard games. Show them this. Show them the magic and the mystery of Rendering Ranger. How's my bounce? Okay, I can live with that. I don't know why I did that. But whatever. Okay. On the home stretch. Oh my god. Alright, it's boss time. Oh, sweet marmalade. Come on. Oh, that one's dead. Okay, just need to get to the other one. You. Okay. Taking damage against this thing. Which one is bounce? Okay. Oh, that worked out pretty favorably. Alright. Come on now. Alright, and if you thought that was the last boss, you seriously don't know this game by now. Mad for Dreads likes his cubes. Okay, so that was pointless. I no longer have my hidey hole. Oh my god. Oh my god. Spare my cornflakes. Okay, how convenient. My god. Alright. Last face, last life. How appropriate. Ooh, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay. Hello. Hello, platform, are you my friend? Oh, sweet. God! Oh my god. Fuck! Okay. Though the good thing is, this game has passwords. So, I don't feel like I'm cheating when I do this. Okay, we are trying that again. That was not the right power up to use. There we go. That makes more sense. However, I'm on the verge of dying, and that's not what I want right now. Where are those capsules when you need them? Oh my god, now what the hell are Cheez-Its doing? Oh, no. Oh. Okay, well, I died. Good. 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 Come on. Just gonna play it risky here. That worked out pretty favorably, actually. Okay. This level is insane. Oh. Okay. Good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. Come on. Fiddlesticks. That's this one. Oh, man. Apparently this is also the final boss in Crush. So I wonder if it's going to be... I wonder how it's going to compare. god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm really close to dying. Again. At the same time, I'm just going to save up as many bombs as I can, inflict damage in as many other ways as I can, and then just unleash them all when I'm in the little flying mode. Speaking of which, that should be starting right now. I got through stage 8. I got through stage 7. I'm getting through this. Okay. This time, no dying here. Don't die before the level starts. Did you give up? No, I got another game over. That's 2 in a row. Which is weird because typically I'm a lot better at this stage than I am at stage 8. Yeah, I survived that. This game, rather, is hard. This... If I approach this section more methodically, rather than run through it, I should be fine. Okay. Of course, as soon as I start walking, as soon as I think it's okay. My nerves are also just so shot from the last stage that, yeah, it's hindering my performance here. Okay. Get those. Get those now. All right, mission accomplished. All right. Wait for it to decidedly stop doing that. Then start doing this. Boom! All right. Excellent. Oh boy. Okay. Feeling good about this. Feeling good about this one. Okay. Here we go. What's that one? Oh, this is more health. Look, another health. How generous of you. Manfred, why are you being so generous? Alrighty. It's time. I think we're gonna do it. Oh boy. Missed it. On your computer? Okay, good. Almost got it. Getting closer, getting closer. Come on. Yes! Haha! Phew! Ooh. And I just beat one of the hardest Super Nintendo games. Again. And I didn't have to use cheat codes. The worst I did was spawn myself back at places that passwords already lead to anyway. How was this the thing I did the best at tonight? Whew. That victory music. It feels so rewarding right now. Wow. Okay, so now let's look back at the chat in more detail. About what I said in the Sunshine, I personally think that the Kirby series is one that does puzzles in a video game right. I'd have to play them again. Yeah. Will I show off Jack Razor? Not tonight. Primarily because I'd have to switch accounts on my computer in order to show it, and I'd have to turn off the stream anyway in order to do that. But I'll try to show off more of it in the imminent future. That was insane? Yeah. That was insane. No, this is often regarded as one of the hardest games on the system by a mile, and they're not wrong. They are not wrong. It's been 4 hours. Well, it's 3 hours and 35 minutes. Wow. Oh, looks like it only lets you pause the credits. Though also, as testament to how batshit insane this game is as far as its difficulty, hang on. Does it show it? I'll just put in this. No, it doesn't. But here's a little revelation. This was on easy mode the whole time! This was easy mode! And I was using as many lives as it would give me. Well, that is Rendering Ranger. Now, before I end this, I will bring up Crush from Viz Games, because I don't feel that this game is getting enough attention right now. So, yeah, basically several years ago, like in 2011, they announced Katakis 2. Katakis being a shmup Manfred Trends created. And then it disappeared. Like, all traces of Katakis 2 vanished from the internet. Manfred Trends lost it, was no longer involved with the project and whatnot. And I was convinced for years that this game was dead. Then it was released seemingly out of nowhere. And it's basically the shmup sections from Rendering Ranger if they were the whole game. If you don't believe me, look at this insanity! But yeah, this game's pretty damn tough, too. I would play this as well, because I have it. But my nerves are shot right now. In fact, they even have those little tubes of boxes that they have in Rendering Ranger. Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. What's the hardest game I've ever played? You know, I'm not quite sure. But I will say this. This is the hardest game that I've ever beaten legitimately. Rendering Ranger, that being. You know what? Maybe the hardest game I've ever played is Enforcer. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's not a definitive answer, but that's an answer. Whew. Okay. So I guess I'm calling it off tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for communicating. Thanks for being people, I guess. I am going to collapse right now.